Hey guys, happy November. Today I'm walking you through my November 2019 budget setup. Thank you for stopping by my channel. I'll be uploading videos every Monday. If you guys don't know, my name is OZELLA. I run a new blog called theintentionaldollar.com. I share my debt-free journey as well as budgeting tips and ways to create extra money in your budget. If you like content like that, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit the like button on this video and hit that notification bell so you're notified each time I upload new videos. There is an extra paycheck in November, but I am not including that paycheck within this November budget because I get paid every 2 weeks, and so that last paycheck is on the 29th and I won't get paid again until the 13th, I believe. So basically that last check has to cover the first 2 weeks of my bills, and a lot of my bills come out at the beginning of the month, so I'm not considering that an extra check. I'm just going to make a separate video for that extra paycheck and go from there. I like to write out all of my bills, and I like to write the due dates and how much it's going to cost. So that is what I'm going to show you right now. So first I'm just going to write out all of the bills, and then I'll write the due dates and the amounts. So as you guys can see, we have a lot of expenses, and part of that is because we're in a lot of debt. So if you didn't already catch that, we will be documenting our debt-free journey on this channel. So look forward to some videos coming about how much debt we have and our plan to pay it off, etc., etc. But that is why our bill spread is a page and a half. We have a lot of debt, but budgeting helps be able to allocate money towards that debt. So I'm so grateful for budgeting. So I'll go ahead and write the due dates down and the amounts that we pay for each expense. So rent is due on the 1st, and we pay $8.15, and that also includes water, so you will not see a water expense. Tumbling is also due on the 1st. That is $140, and I do have 3 kids in tumbling. My daughter used to do competitive cheer, and I took her out, but I still had to pay an extra month for a 30-day notice, so that $120 here will not be on any of my budgets going forward because that'll be an expense that we no longer have to cover. Our personal loan, my husband likes to split our personal loan up. It's actually due on the 20th, but he is paid weekly, so he likes to pay a portion of it each week. So doing that, he pays about $180 each time, and so the first one will be due on the 1st for $180. Straight Talk is due on the 2nd, and that is $90. Our property tax is due on the 5th, and that is $15. HP Instant Ink is also due on the 5th, and that is $11. Storage, we pay that on the 7th, and that is $140. This year we moved to a smaller apartment to try to save money. We were paying $12.07 on our rent, and it went down to $8.15, but we do live in a smaller apartment, and so our belongings are currently in storage. We plan to do that for 1 year, and then we will look into renting a house with my mother and split that rental expense then. City is due on the 7th, and that is $20. iCloud is due on the 7th as well, and that is only $1. However, my iCloud is full, so I am going to have to upgrade that. Journey is due on the 8th, and that expense is $106. key search is due on the 9th, and that is $11. PayPal is also due on the 9th, and that is $56. Nailnet is due on the 10th, and that is $100. State Farm is also due on the 10th, and that is $80. Netflix is due on the 11th, and that's $16. ConvertKit is due on the 12th, and that's $29. Capital One is also due on the 12th, and that's $68. Wyndham is due on the 13th, and that's $122. Chase is due on the 16th, and that's $105. Cox is due on the 17th, and that is $50, and that is our internet. Discover is due on the 18th, and that is $104. That second personal loan is due on the 18th as well, and that's $180. Sally Mae is due on the 22nd, and that's $50. My Fed loan is due on the 23rd, and that is $300. IRS is also due on the 23rd, and that is $100. Love Your List is due on the 26th, and that's $88. Another City is due on the 27th, and that is $20. My City account is one account, but it's split into two payments. They set it up that way. And so City, I usually pay, I believe it's like $40 a month, so it's split into two payments for $20. Walmart is due on the 27th, and that is $125 per month. Flexon is due on the 28th, and that is $20 per month. Hulu is also due on the 28th, and that is $6. Adobe is due on the 28th for $21. Canva is due on the 29th for $13. Dominion is my electric bill, and I don't know exactly how much my electric bill is going to be, but I will budget $150 because you never know. Then the co-op, my kids attend a co-op, and that's due by the end of the month for $45. So pretty much I already know that my credit cards are the amounts that I put down because I looked it up. The only expenses that I'm not sure how much is going to be this month is the electric bill. So that's the only one that I'm waiting on. So after I write down all of my bills for the month, I kind of like to think about whether I have any events coming up this month or any unusual expenses that are not my typical bills, so that I can make sure that I account for them when I do my monthly setup. Go ahead and write the month here. And again here. And I have a 3-year-old, and I think she was doing a little scribbling here. So I have to do better at hiding my stuff from her. But anyways, so I have my expenses laid out here, the due dates. I like to arrange my bills by the day that it's due. And then I have the amounts that each bill will cost. Then I take this here and I transfer it over here to my monthly budget plan. So I'll go ahead and write the month here, November. And I have a full-time job, and I also have a part-time job. So full-time, part-time, and then my husband also has a full-time job. And I used to be salary, but they changed us over to hourly, but my checks are the same each time. I work 40 hours a week. I'm paid bi-weekly and my checks are normally $19.53. So for the first 2 checks in November, I can expect $39.06. And I'm just going to put everything into the budget category because some expenses might change. Oh, my student loan, I am coming off of forbearance and I did not pay any interest on my student loan the time that it was on forbearance. So I am budgeting $300, but I'm not sure exactly how much it's going to cost. So that's another estimated expense. So I am just going to put everything in the budget category, and I'll come back after I have finalized amounts and do kind of like a budget recap. So $39.06 here, and my part-time job normally brings in $1,000 a month, and my husband's full-time job is $2,000 a month. And so that is $69.06. Savings, we're not putting anything towards savings at the moment. So then I have my fixed expenses. Alright, so I'm going to add all these up. And I get $24.61. So I'll write that here. And then for variables, my credit card bill amounts change each month based on the balance, so I like to put that in variable because it changes. And then I'll add any other variable expenses we have that month. So and so here are all of my variable expenses, so I'll go ahead and calculate those now. Alright, so for my variable expenses, I got $9.11. This category here is what I usually keep my groceries, gas, anything that requires me to take out cash or use cash for. So adding up those expenses, I get $21.45. And I do like to have a zero-based budget. Basically that means every dollar is accounted for. Alright, then the next category I have is the sinking funds. So our sinking funds are basically expenses that we want to save up over time, which we also keep those in a sinking fund envelope as well. So the categories we have for that are gifts, and we're putting $60 in there this month. Car maintenance, $150. Beauty, $10. Nails, $5. Clothing, $75. Shoes, $30. And household, $40. Alright, so that's $370. And extra debt this month, I am going to be paying towards PayPal, and I'm also going to be paying a dental bill. And the total amount for that is $500. And so the total income I expect for the month is $69.06. We're not doing anything to savings outside of what's automatically put into the savings account. Our expenses, let me add up the total expenses. So $24.62. I'm sorry, $24.61 plus $9.11 plus $21.45 plus $370 plus $500, $63.87. And total going towards that is $500. So now if I do $69.06, take away the expenses. Now take away our debt. That leaves $19 left over, which is good because I do like to have a little buffer in there, because sometimes when you pay a bill, they might charge a convenience fee. A lot of my bills are on auto draft because I am a very forgetful person, and I used to be late on my bills all the time. And I would have the money, but I would just wait until the last minute to pay them. And if you know, you wait to the last minute, you are getting a $25 late fee tacked on, at least $25. So I put most of my bills on auto pay, and that works for me. So this is how I carry out a zero-based budget. Now, if the amount was anything over $50, I would just add that amount, the difference, to the total debt. I do like to have maybe like a $50 buffer just in case. So anything over $50, that amount, if this number here was over 50, is going to debt. And I just add this to my Happy Planner. I just started using the Happy Planner method. I previously kept a binder with these same templates, and I would just put it in there. But I do have a Happy Planner I use for planning, and as I started watching these budgeting videos, I saw people either using the Happy Planner or the Erin Condren planner. I prefer the Happy Planner, and so I made my little printables and I printed them out, and I will keep them in my Happy Planner. We do budget by paycheck, so even though you see my monthly bills laid out here, our bills laid out in a monthly spread, we budget by paycheck. So each paycheck we get, our expenses are going into one of those paychecks, which you will see in the next video. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you are notified when I upload that video. And like this one if you found it helpful. Let me know how you do your budgeting and which you choose to use when you budget in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. Until next time, bye.